A mentor of mine once told me, when the world zag, when everyone's going right, question why they're going right. Have a look at the left option, have a look at the opposite to what everybody else is doing, because typically people just they just follow the herd. It's literally sheep-like mentality. There is no independent thought. It's just fucking following everybody else. And I know for a fact, because I've been on this path, but I'm around a lot of people that are on like similar paths, where when you're going against the grain and you're not doing what everyone else is doing, naturally it feels lonely. Naturally it feels weird. You start to question whether you're doing it wrong, whatever it is, life, your career. And there is no wrong. There is no wrong, but people will lead you to believe that you are doing it wrong, and you're not. Now, the complication with this comes because you don't have a reference point. But when I was going from where I was to fully online coach, there wasn't that many people to talk about. Not in the way that I wanted to run my business, because I coach incredibly differently to all of these carbon copy coaches that you see on Instagram. It's not even remotely close. Not even remotely close. So I knew I wanted to do that, right? And nobody was doing that. And it just leaves you in this position where you feel almost a little bit helpless. You've got this idea in your mind and it's like, how the fuck am I going to pull this off? I have no one that I can ask. I don't have a reference point. I can't message these 10 guys and go, oh mate, I've seen you do exactly what I want to do. Can you just give me some advice? Am I on the right path? You don't have that, right? When you're going against the grain of society, it's a lonely path, but it's worth walking, okay? But the problem is, on the path, you're going to question it and you're going to doubt yourself. So the idea for this video stemmed from a conversation I had with one of my tier 2 guys yesterday. He's a video editor. He's done a lot of my stuff, which you may have seen if you follow me on Instagram. And he is shit hot at what he does. He is so fucking good. But he's starting to doubt himself with how he's approaching his business. And the reason why is because nobody else in the industry or his industry is doing what he's doing. The way he's approaching work and the way he's trying to scale now. And this is what we dove into on the call yesterday, because it's fitness coaching, but it's mindset, okay? And the tier 2 guys, these are guys that are super ambitious, they've got a big vision, and they're using fitness as the catalyst to essentially turn them into the person they need to be for the thing they want in life, okay? So this guy, I don't want to give his full goals away without his permission, but he has huge plans and he will do it. He will do it. But getting there and having this huge brand and working with big names and other big brands, there's a lot of work to do between now and then. And the real work there isn't to do with videography, because he knows that inside out. The real work is internal. And that's what we were getting into on this call yesterday. It was like, mate, why are you doubtful at the minute? Tell me. I can sense it. The way you're speaking about it, you're doubting yourself. And then he explains that he speaks to people in the industry and they're kind of questioning what he's doing, and they're saying to him, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And in his heart and in his gut, he knows, this is the right way. This is, I'm getting this download, if you will, from God or infinite intelligence, that it should be this way. And it's not illogical. He's got a winning formula. Like, we literally went over stats yesterday on the call. I was saying to him, tell me all of the stats of all the people you're working with. So basically he scales up people's social media accounts, right? Gets engagement, converts that into money. And what he's doing is fucking insanity. It's undeniable. There is literally nothing in his portfolio that would suggest he's doing anything wrong. And yet, he still doubts it because nobody else is doing it. And that's it. So we had like an hour call yesterday because we had sorted that within the first 5 minutes. So we had like the next fucking 55 minutes of me just auditing him and just bringing all of this stuff out of his mind, saying, mate, just think. You're being completely illogical here. We need to remove this fear. We need to remove this doubt because it has no place in your mind. It doesn't even have any form of evidence or reason to be there. This is just a thought that you have to discard. Now, when I go on holiday, okay, and I'm staying in a hotel, if it's got a balcony, one of the thoughts I have every fucking time is jump off. I look over the edge, and I don't even like heights, but I look over the edge and I'm like, fuck. And then I'm just thinking, jump off. What's stopping me jumping off right now? I could just put my leg over and I could jump. Or there's a pool there. I could jump into that pool. I would definitely die if I jumped into the pool. But the point being, and I was explaining this, that's such a ridiculous thought. That's not logical. You can't trust your own thoughts. And when it's so ridiculous, what do? You instantly just go, well, that's weird that my brain's done that. You know, I don't know why it's done that, but that thought came into my head. It's an impulsive thought. I'm obviously not going to do it. Am I then scared to be on the balcony? No, not at all. Living in fear that I'm going to fucking jump off, because I know it's a stupid thought. It has no real weight. So I discard it. So any thoughts that are in the ludicrous category up here, you just instantly go, nah, obviously not. Anything below that, you take it as the gospel. You take it as the fucking gospel. And you start to doubt yourself. That has to be discarded as well, just in the same manner that you would discard these other thoughts. And that just unlocked a massive fucking block for my mate yesterday, my guy. And he came off that call feeling fucking phenomenal. Obviously, we dove into it in a lot more detail. But this is the thing, right? He's been battling with that for a couple of weeks. And he hasn't really known why. And like, we've been troubleshooting other areas, but that's the first I'd heard of it specifically yesterday. And it's all in his mind. It's not anything in the real world that gives him any real indication he's doing something wrong. It's just a thought in his mind that was holding him back. We have this call, and he feels like a fucking new man with a new level of energy. And this is what you have to understand about life. There's always a problem. There's always something to overcome. There's always a barrier, there's always a bottleneck or a threshold that you specifically are working on relative to where you are in life. And you want that. And you know why you want it? Because it means growth and it means progression. And what happens is, when you overcome that, the next one comes in. And to the unaware person, to the person with an untrained mind who's not paying attention, this is negative, okay? They go, I've just fucking got over this problem, and now the next one's coming straight away. I can't catch a break. That's not how it works. That's the wrong way to look at it. You've solved this problem. That's growth. Okay, good. Now I'm on to the next one, which is inevitable because there will always be a bottleneck. There will always be a threshold. And the faster I'm getting through these, the faster I'm progressing. And then you look at it differently. You go, okay, good. Problems are fucking good. I want to solve this one because it's pissing me off. It's a natural human reaction. It's pissing me off. But also, I want to get through them. Because every time I solve one, my business moves forward. I move forward. My life progresses. I have more freedom. I make more money. And that is the game of life. Never fear or doubt at all. There is no, that is a choice. It is a choice. Just like you can choose happiness and calm, you choose fear and doubt. Never choose fear, never choose doubt. But also, don't get pissed off at it. New levels, new devils. You try desperately to get over what you're currently facing right now, and then you're immediately hit with a new bottleneck or a new problem. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's the game of life. This is how it works. The universe puts the perfect tests in front of you at the perfect point in your life. If you're not aware, you're going to think it's against you. But if you're aware enough to see that every time you overcome it, life progresses. Life suddenly becomes fun in the face of adversity every single day, no matter what happens. And that is the state that you've got to be in, and that is the perspective that you have to operate from.